It is not a surprise that Tamil Nadu is full of surprises, and Chennai, being the capital of Tamil Nadu, has double the amount of surprise. And imagine, after having connection with the Vice President-elect of the United States, that is Kamala Harris, now chances are also there that the President-elect of the United States, that is Joe Biden, could have some kind of contact with Tamil Nadu and Chennai. In fact, we're at present inside the cathedral, St. George Cathedral in Chennai, where there are 3 pointers disconnecting, stating that something the then Vice President Joe Biden and now the US President-elect has said back in 2013 and 2014 about one of his ancestors, great-great-great-grandfather, working with the East India Company and probably living in India with his roots currently at Mumbai. Joe Biden, both in 2013 and 2014, said there are chances that, and he even wanted help of genealogists to even track, because in 1972, when he received a letter from one of the persons in Mumbai, he unfortunately did not backtrack it. But for himself, we tried to do that, and that's how we have reached St. George Cathedral in Chennai, where recently, we were able to find out that there is a plaque inside this church, and it reads, "To the honored memory of Captain Christopher Biden, who passed away in 1858. Christopher Biden and his brother William Biden were officers in the East India Company, and Christopher Biden was an honored maritime officer. In fact, he has also written a book on maritime discipline after going through several trips from London to Calcutta to Chennai, and that is how he had got his honor. And currently, we have the officials of the church with us. We have the Reverend and the Bishop. Very thank you very much for talking to us, sir. So, you have mentioned that there are 3 possible reasons that could actually connect the the President-elect with Chennai actually. So, can you explain to us what are the things that might show that perhaps Christopher Biden, the person who was could be connected to Joe Biden, and what do you have to show that he is here?
Yeah, of course. This is joyous news that President-elect Joe Biden the memories of his forefathers are found in St. George's Cathedral. Number 1 is this plaque, and you can read what's there in that. And number 2, we have the burial, St. George's Cathedral burial register, where we could see the record of his death. And number 2. And number 3, we have grave in the cathedral premises. So these are all the 3 facts we have which will link with our beloved President-elect Biden.
So what do you have to say about this record over here? What does it say?
This is a register which is an evidence that Christopher Biden lived here, worked here and served here, and this mention of his departure is a clear evidence that he had contributed his best to the growth of this particular city, not only to the city, also to the seafarers. So we are really privileged to hold this record with us, and this is a clear evidence of the Vice President, then Vice President, now the President-elect, that he has got his basic roots in India and particularly in Chennai.
Thank you. So this record actually mentions that on 25th of February 1858, Christopher Biden passed away, and he was buried in this church. So these are the 2 actual things inside the church, and there is also a burial ground behind where we could see his burial memorial as well. So it looks that there are chances that what the President-elect Joe Biden was talking about, there are high chances that his great-great-great-grandfather could be Christopher Biden. In that case, that considering that there could be a chance of Joe Biden's family tree being a part in Chennai, how do you feel about it, sir?
Yeah, it's a joyful one. Having the link, particularly our beloved President-elect and his connection, forefathers' connection in the Madras Presidency, East India Company, and this parish, St. George's Cathedral. So it's very joyous one. And number two, the world is, we have, without the plaque or grave or anything, really we are so much joyful listening to his concept. Listening to his concept. The world is divided, countries divided. Now he says, unifying, the spirit of unification. Definitely the whole world needs this. Everywhere conflict, division, powering, get the power by dividing people, I think that has to go.
That's amazing. So, and thank you very much for talking to us. So, it very clearly is evident that Joe Biden has become a ray of hope for a lot of people because of his speech where he said that he doesn't see red states or blue states, but he only sees United States, and above that all, he's being considered as a person who could unify the entire world. And that's how, several people have come forward and given their opinion. And amongst all this, Joe Biden saying in 2013 and 2014 that there are chances of his family tree's lineage being in India, and tracking that to Chennai is also bringing an over amount of joy. With camera person Vijay Shekhar, Pramod Madhav.